this Christmas, and as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Presents and cards are here. My world is filled with cheer and you. This Christmas, and as I look around, your eyes outshine the town they do. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Just Saying. It is December 23rd, 2013, and I am joined here by, as I am every week, by my lovely, vivacious co-host, Mary.
Hi, Kim.
Hi.
I got a little bit different sound effect going on tonight. Instead of the singing bowl,
Dong.
okay, I got this. Is that cool or what?
It is, but I know what you use it for, to keep Rick in line.
Well, every once in a while, boing, whatever works. So, how was your day today?
Busy.
Good. All those last-minute Christmas shoppers came in, huh?
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, the first one hit at 9:30, and then there was like a 7-hour lull, and then all of a sudden it just went crazy.
Uh-oh. Well, at least you've been prepared for it, so.
I was happy.
So, what is like the number one thing that the metaphysical person comes in and wants to buy?
Oi. There is no one thing. I mean, I have some that come in and buy herbs. I have some that come in for just stones.
Mm-hmm.
I had one lady who came in just for a thing of hand lotion today and walked out with a grocery bag full of stuff.
Well, it is the kind of place when you go into, like for me, I was looking at candles and incense, and look at all the stuff that I ended up, clothes, votive candle holders, you name it, sage.
Well, that was kind of her. She came in for one thing of hand lotion. She bought 2, then 2 shirts, then a handful of incense, and yeah, she was all over the place.
Oh, good for her. You know, she'll be back. That's, you know, they're in there and they want to try a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's good.
Well, she had bought the hand lotion like 3 months ago in there. That Dorian lotion.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I love that stuff. I need more. Wait a minute, you only have one? I said, actually, I have 2. Give me them both. So now I have to order more lotion again.
I have to put the Mary G. Good Housekeeping seal of approval on that stuff that you sent me for my knee. It's for chronic pain, and it's like an oil.
The Herbal Solutions.
What is it?
It's called Herbal Solutions. It's made by one of the locals here, Ruth Coffee.
Well, you know, everybody that listens to me all the time and has been on investigations and events with me, at some point I've complained about my knees, especially my right one. And I got it. I got your box. I don't know, it was Thursday or what. I think it was Thursday.
Yeah. And
before I went to bed, I rubbed some of that oil on, and within a half hour, it was like, what knee pain? So I know the instructions is, you know, use it 2 to 3 times a day as needed. And I didn't put it on today. Now I'll put it on before I go to bed because we've got funky weather. But she really does good stuff, and I know that you had a toothache, and she gave you some kind of toothache stuff.
Yeah, she makes the teas, little tea bags.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is a toothache tea, and you just dump hot water on it, let it sit for a half hour, and drink it. And I had an abscess.
Yeah, I remember.
Within an hour, the pain's gone. The swelling's it's all gone.
Good. Well, anyway, we're endorsing her product because it works really well. So.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard one complaint about anything of hers that has been bought.
Yeah, good stuff. So anyway, tonight we have our Christmas special show, and we want to talk a little bit about traditions and that sort of thing. Each family, each heritage, each area all seem to have different little things that they do at Christmas. And what kind of started us about wanting to do the Christmas show tonight is your wonderful daughter, Heather.
My crazy daughter, Heather.
Well, I was trying to be polite. But it's kind of funny, and, you know, if you want to explain what she's been doing.
Well, a lot of people are complaining about it on Facebook. They're tired of the elf on the shelf. My daughter takes it one step above. I mean, Mary and I have gotten to the point now to where the first thing we look for on Facebook in the morning is what the silly elf did the night before.
Right. I think it's an ingenious idea, and I want to jump into a little elf thing with us, and then we'll go back to her, which is why I really like what she's doing. When I grew up, my parents said that on Thanksgiving, when we woke up Thanksgiving morning, Santa Claus had dropped off an elf to the house to keep an eye on us, and his name was Jasper. And I would fix a little spot for him to stay, but when we'd eat dinner, you know, he'd have his own little plate, and everywhere we go, but we couldn't see him. Only our parents could see him. And when my husband and I got married and we had children, I brought that same tradition in our household, only our little elf was called Jasper. And Alicia, of course, she would make a little bed, and, you know, can you sleep in my room? And, you know, she was as good as gold. And of course, then there's Ricky. And one of my favorite stories on Ricky is we were eating dinner, and of course I'd make it real. You know, I would get them involved in a conversation, and, you know, they'd be talking to one another, and I'd take the food away, you know, and I'd go, look, Jasper's such a piggy. He ate all his food. Well, one day Ricky says to me, Mom, is Jasper on the kitchen table? And I said, yeah, he's right there. Where I pointed, he got his fist and he went, bang. He was a challenge. But getting back to your daughter, at least Chloe, your granddaughter, can see this elf on a shelf, and I think it's the coolest thing.
Well, he's got like pipe cleaner arms and legs, and there's a whole storybook that goes with him, the whole 9 yards. But yeah, Alfonso.
Well, did she name him?
Yes, his name is Alfonso.
Elf, yeah, ELF Fonzo. Yeah, I've seen that. That's pretty funny. Well, no, what cracked me up was I wasn't really paying too much attention. I mean, I don't have any little kids, so seeing these dolls, just went over my head. A couple years from now, I mean, we're due to have a grandchild in May. You best believe the Alfonsos the elf on the shelves will be coming around our household. But I saw this doll and I saw her doing things, but the one that caught my eye was she put wrapping paper over Chloe's door. So when Chloe woke up, she couldn't get out.
Yep.
And the cool thing about all of these things that she's been doing is she poses this doll. And the expressions and the way she bends it, like that morning she had Alfonso sitting, like, I guess it was on the banister, kind of looking like, mischievous, but looking directly at Chloe's door. So it's like you kind of got it. And then from then on, I've been cracking up to the point where I make sure when I wake up, like I wake up around 6:30, I go right to my phone and I go to Facebook to see if I can find if Heather posted it yet. I think we're all going to have problems once Alfonso gets picked up by Santa Claus and goes back to the North Pole.
I know.
Because we're addicted to this now.
I know. I said she has him heading for his rendezvous point right now for Santa to pick him up. And I told her, I said, I don't want him to go. And she's like, Mom, he gets picked up. I guess this morning's his last full 24 hours there.
Well,
and
she started it, and she better come up with something to keep us going every day.
Right,
That's all I got to say.
I told her, you need to come up with a Cupid on the curtain, a bunny on the bed, a leprechaun on the lamp or something.
Really?
Because we need this entertainment. And her last comment to me was, you do realize this is for Chloe and not you, right?
Well, did you tell her, like, I'm right alongside of you here?
Yes, we're totally entertained by it. I told her, this is my entertainment here. I'm living vicariously through this elf.
Well, speaking of entertaining, I brought some entertainment along with me tonight. And I know you have your entertainment over there, too. This is a family show tonight. So, you know what? I should have you do the intros.
Ladies and gentlemen, a future zombie, a soon-to-be badass, Mary's husband, my boyfriend, Vinny.
Here we go. We slide the camera over.
Hi, Rick.
There you are. You're official, so don't do anything weird. I'm waiting for people to type in, is he going to do another streaking?
It could happen.
Yeah. That's what everybody's been asking me. I had posted that you were going to be on the show tonight. And everybody remembers you were walking by half naked and didn't realize I was doing a show.
I didn't realize it, yeah.
Well, everybody else did. You can't get away with anything. So is Eric with us tonight too?
Well, there's part of
him.
Where
else would he be?
There's part of him.
Well, I can't see. He doesn't have the camera up for me tonight. So I'm just looking at your picture. So we should. Why don't we start with Rick and put him on the hot spot?
Sure. Day before Christmas. Go ahead.
Christmas Eve is tomorrow. It's not. It's the day before Christmas Eve.
Day before the day before.
I know. There's a song. It's the day before the night before Christmas. Do you remember that one?
It's Christmas Eve.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Well, that's one of the songs that I like. And the other favorite song is "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas." I love that song. Anyway, Rick, you've had many Christmases. I can get away with it.
That's because he never shot the gas pump.
Well, you never know. That could happen any day.
Well, growing up, back in the day, and this is something we talk about all the time, the kids today really don't know what Christmas is all about. I mean, we didn't get the sophisticated toys. You know, we didn't get $500 worth of stuff stuffed in our Christmas stocking.
Right?
But what we did have is a wonderful Christmas.
So, as before you and I got married, because your Christmases just got better after we got married, what was probably one of your favorite memories as a kid?
Well, Christmas holiday all started probably like in Thanksgiving. Started at Thanksgiving, really, because we were living in South Philadelphia, and we always went to the Gimbel's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It was sponsored by Gimbel's department store back in those days, and there were like 3 major department stores in Philadelphia. There were no malls. This is before malls. This is before shopping centers, and it's probably even before there were like supermarkets. So we're talking about if you went to a store of any kind of department store, it would have been a major department store in downtown Philadelphia, one of which was Gimbel's. So they sponsored the Thanksgiving Day Parade, and we always were a part of that. We always saw the Thanksgiving Day Parade and watched Santa come up the street, Broad Street, and climb up a fire engine, a hook and ladder by the Philadelphia Fire Department, and climb into that 4th floor Gimbel's toy department, right in the window. And we all knew where Gimbel's was, and we all knew where the toy department was in that department store. And he climbed up that hook and ladder and climbed into that window. We knew that, you know, Christmas was on its way.
Probably looked like Santa Claus too back then.
Well, we didn't care. I mean, we just wanted to see him. We just wanted to see Santa climb into that window. We looked forward to that all year.
That's very
Kim,
cool.
you and I would be down there trip.
Right?
That's great.
Now, I think back when I was little, I wasn't deviant like I am now.
No, we weren't deviant kids. And, I mean, that just started everything, and then it culminated with, you know, like Christmas Eve, when you get a visit from Santa, and, gosh, I mean, we would be, I guess, around that time, that was about 1951 or 52, and we were, I was like 6 or 7, and so if you would get a knock on the door and you'd walk up to the door and open it, and Santa would come in and hand you a gift, I mean, it was like, you know, that was the greatest thing that ever happened in the world. And those are kind of things you look forward to every year. You didn't forget that visit.
Did you leave cookies out for Santa Claus?
Oh, of course. And they would always be gone. Oh, sure, we'd leave milk and homemade cookies out the night before.
And then you play music or something?
That I don't. Oh, yes. I had a little RCA 45 record changer, and I'd stack up all my 45 Christmas songs and leave that on a little night table with a tray of cookies and a glass of milk, and that was for Santa.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was the best part. After we got married and we had kids, he was the one that got to eat the cookies. So what about you, Eric?
Sears and Roebuck catalog, the Christmas edition. It's the best.
Well, like on the walls, I want a whole page of.
Well, yeah, you know, you look forward to it all year when you're a little kid. You know, that was like the toy apocalypse.
Oh yeah, the wish book.
Yeah, the wish book. So and then you went through and you circled all this stuff, and then you just like, I don't know, you like put it in the magic fax machine, and hopefully you got what you got. You know, but yeah, I mean, and just I just always remember, because I'm an only child, so we had a small family. But I mean, I always remember putting up the tree. the fake tree because my dad was allergic.
So's Heather.
So we always had a fake tree. So it was like the same tree. I got pretty good at putting it together when I was a kid. So, you know, that 7th or 8th Christmas that you put one together, you tend to figure it out by then.
Exactly.
Yeah. Never had the aluminum. I have to throw that out there. Never had the aluminum.
But I did show him one
Yeah, we did actually see
at
one.
an antique mall. A real aluminum tree, not these weird ones they're making now.
Well, I don't want to get cut up here, but we had an aluminum tree for like 2 years. It was the most ridiculous looking thing I've ever seen, but it was like popular, and I don't understand why we got it because there was nothing in our house that was popular at the time.
With the weird color wheel?
Oh yeah, and it was on a stand, and this tree turned around, and it had the color wheel on it, so it kept changing colors.
Yes.
Right? And then the ends of the branches were like, were like a ball or something, but it went backwards towards the tree. It was the weirdest looking thing I've ever seen. And one year, well, we used it the first year, and the second year my parents had a party. They belonged to some club, and it was their turn to host the party at our house. And one of the women that were there, when she was getting ready to leave and she was putting on her coat, instead of just putting on her coat, she kind of like flipped it around, and it hit the tree, and darn, it knocked the tree off the stand and broke the tree. Dang!
Oh.
So we got rid of the tree. Kind of made the dog sick too, because you know animals like tinsel.
Yeah.
It really looked like tinsel, a tinsel tree, and he would chew on it, and it got him really sick. So between that and the one, but I mean, I guess from outside looking in, it looked pretty cool because they would keep it in front of the window. You know, this thing's turning around. It's all different colors, and I don't even remember the color balls she put on the tree. But, you know, like I said, it was more aesthetic for looking outside and looking inside. Oh, that looks pretty. I think half the neighborhood got one. Your family got a white tree. Did you ever see the white trees?
We had the
Yeah, I've seen the white
that came
ones.
along after the tinsel tree.
Oh, you had a tinsel tree too?
I think we did, but
I don't remember
not for very long. But then we graduated to it was fiberglass.
Yeah, and it was white.
No one. I mean, when we lived down in South Philadelphia, we had a real tree because we had a really high they had real high ceilings. It was an old house, so we would have these monstrous trees that went all the way to the ceiling. And of course, when you're little, they look extra tall. So then, once we got into the 60s, we graduated to those fiberglass trees that revolved around on the stand and had a light rotation, different colored lights shining on it, so it changed the color of the tree as it ran around. That was very popular in the early 60s.
Well, I do remember the white tree. Anyway, I did some research. Well, Kim, what about you before I go into what I researched on something kind of cool?
The VFW Christmas party my grandpa's VFW post had every year.
Mm-hmm.
We'd get dressed up and we're calling my daughter. This is her ringtone.
That sounds like somebody from your family, Kim.
What?
Hello?
Hi.
Everybody, this is my daughter Heather and her chipper self. Say hi, Heather.
Hi.
Hello, Heather. This is Mary.
Hi.
We got my husband Rick here, and of course Eric's on the line
Hello.
also. And you
Hi.
are live.
Okay.
You sound excited.
Heather, we have to discuss this whole Alfonso disappearing thing.
Yeah, we're protesting this.
You're protesting it?
Yes. You can't, it's just like, you know how they've been playing Christmas music for the last month nonstop, whether you want to hear it or not, on all the stations? And
I
then
like
you wake up on December 26th and it's back to the regular music. Now, even though you're sick of it at this point, it's like cold turkey. And with Alfonso leaving so suddenly and then he's not around, that's your mom and I are going to be in bad shape for a while.
Yeah, it's going to be tough
Heather,
on
Heather,
us.
what they're trying to say is they want to sponsor him for his green card.
I don't think that's how it works.
Why
Well, then you're
not?
going to have to come up with something else. I mean, we need this. I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning just to go to Facebook to see what you posted for today.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't
you
realize
become
they
a
had such a fan base.
Well, I don't know where you get that. Well, I shouldn't say that because I deal with your mom all the time. But way to go! You pulled some good pranks.
I tried.
Yeah, it was really, really good. I loved the Groucho Marx effect the other day.
That was, I guess he went to Joey and found some scrapbooking stickers.
Yeah, because it was Alfonso, what was it, Yoda, and a picture of Chloe?
Yeah, she didn't like that he defaced her.
Ooh. We were talking about this in the beginning of the show, and you know, some of the poses you put with that doll. My favorite so far is the one with the wrapping paper on her door, and the way you have it posed. I don't know where you find the time to do this, and you've got a knack for taking the perfect picture, because and the way you have them all bent and everything. I mean, you know, you made this elf on the shelf come to life.
My
fun.
favorite
So,
my favorite is when he was hemorrhaging magic.
she touched him. You can't touch him.
Yes, but they have him literally hemorrhaging makeup all over the light base.
Well, he attempted to move, and that's what happened.
Well, great job. You really did a good job, but you got to put your thinking cap on, because you just can't leave your mom and I waking up and he's not there. So
I don't
know what's.
I don't.
You know, maybe you can come up with, you know, when they do New Year's, they have that little baby in a diaper with a top hat. I don't care. Find something, because. So we're talking about Christmas memories and traditions, and growing up. I can only imagine how real your mom made things for you. What is your favorite memory?
I think just putting up all the decorations and like the things, the one situation I guess that I remember the most is she always had candles out, and she let me blow out the candles one time, but I blew too hard, like directly down into one, and it splashed like all over my face. Which at the time wasn't funny, but now it's hilarious.
Well, yeah, nothing's funny at the time.
Right. And then I remember getting up really early and looking at all of my stuff, but I would never touch it. And then I remember there's a loose floorboard in front of their bedroom, and I would like rock back and forth on it until I woke up, and then they just yelled at me and made me get back to bed.
Yeah, we used to get that too. So now here you are, you're a mom. It's not as easy as it looks, is it? But it's fun.
I wouldn't say, yeah, I mean, it's definitely not easy, but I would definitely say that it's fun. And I mean, I always kind of thought that Christmas was like a special, magical time, and I kind of want to keep that going. I don't, I want her to feel that same way.
Right, exactly. Because unfortunately today, kids grow up too fast, and they miss out. You know, there was a thing when my children were little, and they're now 27 and 30, and actually 28 and 31. I'm making myself younger here. And there were parents that, when they were in like kindergarten and stuff, that would pull me aside and say, you know, you're lying to your kids, and they're going to find out about these lies. And, you know, we never had an issue with that at all. I mean, my daughter, she's going to be calling in a little bit too. She actually thanked us for making it so real. I mean, kids, when you're kids, they should be kids.
Right.
You know, they're going to grow up soon enough and, you know, pick up the adult problems, and that little bit of fantasy goes away. If you're familiar with the Christmas song Toyland, I think it's one of the saddest songs out there because there's a line in it. There's in the song that it says, once you cross its borders, you can never return again. And once all that magic stops for you, it does change. So,
But then
I definitely agree.
But then she'll have Chloe yelling at her like she yells at me. Mother, you need to do it. Huh, Heather?
I don't know what you mean.
She put your mind over Lee. I think we got to keep you and my daughter away from each other, Heather.
Oh, yeah. Well, you've got the nurse and then you've got the insurance agent. I mean, we're in trouble here.
Yeah, really, definitely. So what's hot on the Christmas list for little girls these days?
Anything from Disney's Frozen. Anything
Disney's
at all.
Frozen? See, I'm out of the loop. I don't even know what that is.
It's a movie that came out on Thanksgiving, and like as an adult, I probably shouldn't like it as much as I do, but I took her to see it twice just because I wanted to see it again, and she loved it too, though. But it's a movie, and it has two princesses, and one has magical powers. She can make, conjure like ice and snow. And when they were little kids, she accidentally hit her little sister with her magic, and from that point on tried to basically hide it from her and from everybody else because she was scared that she would hurt, somebody else again. Well, then as they grow up, they drift farther and farther apart, and then mom and dad, who are the king and queen at the time, get lost at sea. So then the older sister, who has the magical powers, actually becomes the queen and is scared that she's going to hurt people again because as she got older, her powers got stronger. And then, so she basically becomes queen and then spazzes out and starts freezing stuff. And then she runs away thinking that she's going to make things better by just leaving. But really, she just created, an everlasting winter wonderland in the middle of summer. So then the younger sister goes after her, and she gets hit in the heart then by accident with the older sister's magic. And the only thing that can cure her is an act of true love, which she thinks is a kiss from a man, but it ends up that she saves her older sister's life, and that is her act of true love. So she breaks the spell. And she's better, and then they live happily ever after. But I really liked it because it seems like most movies, are about the man saving the woman or, true love's kiss and all that stuff. But this one is more like, faith and family and love, not necessarily romantic love, can conquer all.
Right. Well, it sounds very family oriented, and it's not the the robots with the space alien stuff, and I think it's probably the perfect movie for a child, but it has a little bit of twist in there for the adult. Yeah, Disney.
I loved it.
Yep.
And
so
she constantly watches.
And Chloe listens to the music or loves the songs.
She does.
Yeah. We used to have the, Fisher Price used to have this little cassette player. Do you remember that, Kim?
Yep.
And I bought all of the Disney tapes for Alicia. She would play them for hours and hours and hours. Because they make the songs understandable for starters, and they are designed for kids. But adults end up falling in love with the songs too.
I didn't have to go through all that because Heather and her friends would get out in the backyard and sing Blue Corn Moon from Pocahontas over and over and over again.
That's a quality movie.
It is. I agree. So, Kim, I want to ask you, with Heather growing up, did she ever have to get coal in her Christmas stocking?
No, actually, Heather was actually a really good kid. But I also was raising one of my sisters at the time who wasn't. So, no, Heather was really good. I mean, she rarely got herself in any trouble. It's as she got older, she became more hard-headed.
Well, that comes with the territory, doesn't it?
It's genetic.
Hey.
Oh, I heard that little in the background.
Yeah, he said it's genetic. So Eric says your hard-headedness is genetic, which means you get it from me.
Possible.
It could be worse, right?
That's right.
So anyway, Heather, while we have you on, I did a little bit of research earlier on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Uh-huh.
Do you know the history on Rudolph?
I thought I did. I mean, it's clear that you're going to school me on something, so...
Well, I didn't know the history on Rudolph. I mean, I thought Rudolph was just a cartoon show that came on every year and a song.
Yep.
But that actually came later. It all started now. This is everybody put on their student cap. Is there was a retail store called Montgomery Ward.
Yep.
And every year for Christmas, they used to hand out, I guess when they went and sat on Santa Claus's lap, they used to hand out like little booklets that you could color and would have a little story. And one year, this gentleman, he actually made this booklet for Montgomery Ward, and it had to do with a reindeer, the whole 9 yards. And it took off so much that it ended up becoming a show. Becoming, like, I think a song came out first and then the show. It just was a really big hit. So it wasn't like somebody was just sitting there coming up with the song. It started because of Montgomery Ward wanted a fictional character, a new one every year, and Rudolph happened to be the one. It was 1939.
Yes, Heather, it was before my time.
It was close to Rick's time, though.
Close.
Close. Anyway, but I thought that was kind of cool. See, now you learned something today.
I did.
Probably the same thing went on with Frosty the Snowman, too, but I didn't look him up.
Well, see, that'll give you something to learn, Heather, next year.
Oh, good.
I fell out of the chat room for some reason. I can't get back. I feel like, what's his face? I've fallen and I can't get up. So everybody listening, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get back. I brought up a screen and I lost everything. Anyway, so Heather, is Chloe around or is she in bed?
She is running around right now.
Well,
Do we get to hear from her?
yeah, do you think you can convince her to come on and say Merry Christmas to everybody?
Chloe, come here.
I'm not weird. I'm a Nana. Nana is never weird. Nana's the fun one.
And we should put a disclaimer out there. We have no control over what little children say on the air.
Especially my granddaughter.
Yes, especially yours.
Merry Christmas, Nana.
Merry Christmas, Chloe. Can you say Merry Christmas to Mary?
Merry Christmas, Mary.
Merry Christmas, Chloe. I heard that you've been a very good girl this year, and Santa should be really nice to you with some nice presents. Is that true? Have you been good?
I don't know.
That's an honest answer. That is an honest answer.
That's right. That's right.
Are you going to get good stuff for Christmas?
What?
Is she going to get good stuff for Christmas?
Are you going to get the Christmas?
Yep, I'm gonna get a frozen makeup set, and I'm gonna get frozen Air, air frozen castle, and also frozen doll I can sleep with, and a frozen blanket, and a frozen bed, and a frozen pillow.
Okay.
So
Sounds like a
basically,
long list.
it's all frozen.
It is all frozen. That's all she wants. What? Oh, wait, that's not all she wants. What else?
Also, like a Monster High makeup set too, so I can pick what makeup I want.
The
She
monster
wants it.
the Monster High makeup set.
So are you going to leave, Chloe, are you going to leave cookies and milk out for Santa Claus?
Yeah. And
When he gets hungry. Okay.
Because my mom and I are gonna be happy if she does let me get cookies for Santa.
What do you think Santa Claus's favorite cookie is?
Chocolate.
Yeah, that's mine too. Well, I hope Santa Claus brings you everything you want.
See, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, love you.
Christmas.
I love you too.
Yay!
There's an app that tells you if you're naughty or nice, and she keeps asking to check it today.
That's cute.
That's why she said she doesn't know because she hasn't looked at it today.
Oh, okay. We'll let her slide for that one. Well, Heather,
What's that?
thank you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
No, you were starting to talk and I talked over you, but go ahead and finish what you were saying.
Oh, I have no idea what I was going to say.
Yeah, we get that way too. Your mom and I start to talk about something and it's like, you what?
Huh?
Oh, you were saying? It gets a little embarrassing when you're on the air and both of us forget what we were talking about, so we just move on. Well, you can't
You
see
do
this,
it.
but I'm going to show everybody that's looking. Here's my Alfonso. My elf on the shelf.
Well, you're
You
supposed to
haven't
give him
made
his
this.
own name.
You know who made this, Kim?
Jenny,
Yep,
Heather told you had to go find your own name.
I will. But I think I'm
I'm
definitely
just
going to.
saying that's how the story goes. There's like did you get a real one or did you
No,
just get
this-
an elf?
This one is a handmade.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
a friend of mine made me this elf doll. That's why I said this is
Ah.
my Alfonso. It's not an elf on the shelf, but it's cute.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. I got to signal my daughter to call in. We're going to hear from our side, and hopefully she didn't fall asleep. But you're doing a great job. Your mom is proud of you, and I'm proud of you because she's proud of you, and I don't even know you, but keep it up. And
Okay.
you know, Chloe, I love the pictures of Chloe you post on Facebook. She is so cute, and she's getting so big so quick. So have fun while she's still little.
I'm trying to.
Love you, Brat.
Love you too.
All
All
right.
right, you take care.
You too. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Bye.
Well, I have a kind of cool story to tell.
Well, anyway, I gotta finish it.
Go ahead.
VFW post.
Okay, go ahead.
Every year in the middle of December, my grandpa's VFW post got together, and for all the kids and grandkids, they would clear out the back of the bar, and they would put up Santa sitting there, and they had a magician come in. And remember those old net stockings, the red ones? With like the weird peppermint plastic strip that went around it that made it the stocking.
Oh yeah. That's old.
We used to get one of those with the nuts in it and the apple and the orange and the coloring book and but I mean I think I probably went to like 14 of them.
Yeah.
But that was my favorite.
I still have my original Christmas stocking.
And you are online with a nurse, I believe.
Is
Hello,
this
Ray.
Alicia?
Hi.
Hi,
Hey,
Alicia.
Dad's here. He's sitting beside me, so everybody's getting to see his smiling face.
Being quiet and good.
Oh,
He's thinking
did
about
you
all
give him
the...
a glass of? Did you give him a glass of wine?
I don't think he... No, he made Pitzel... Oh, wait a minute. Before we go any further. Not that I want to tease you, Kim.
Oh.
Ali, I'm holding up some Pitzels.
That is so cruel.
Oh, I missed the smell of the Anna.
I know,
I
you
missed
didn't
it.
get to it while you were here. Let me officially say it smells like Christmas here in the house now, doesn't it, Daddy? It smells just like it. So, Kim's daughter Heather was just on, and we were talking about the Elf on the Shelf, and we asked her what her favorite memory is. So we're basically talking Christmas traditions and memories and things. What, as a child growing up in this household, what was your favorite, or what is your favorite memory of Christmas?
No, I think I have so many. I honestly have so many favorite memories. I could probably talk your ear off for a whole hour. I'll tell you my least favorite was waiting for Dad to wake up and get the Betamax camcorder ready so that we could walk down the stairs being totally filmed so we could open our gifts. So the anticipation would kill me. But I think just the fact that every single holiday was just, it was so real for us. And, right down to leaving cookies and carrots out for the reindeer and waking up to see the reindeer, ate our carrots and, just everything felt so real. And, just being able to play on Christmas Day and spending every time with the family, like, even when we were grown up, having Christmas Eve with the family and then having Christmas Day with just us. I don't know. I can't pinpoint one specific memory that was my favorite, but certainly the Christmas tree on Christmas morning made of cinnamon buns. That was awesome. And then just the whole house smelling like Annazette with the Pitzels. That, I think those are my two favorite memories.
Cool. I talked about earlier in the show with Ricky and Where's Jasper? Bang on the table.
Yeah.
And I said that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't know how old that whole Elf on the Shelf thing is. Like, I truly don't know how old that actually is. But I think it's funny. I mean, we were doing that since we were little kids.
Yeah, but now it's taken a whole bizarre twist to it. Because even the kid can see it, and like Heather said, Chloe accidentally touched it the other night, and Heather had him posed by the next morning, hemorrhaging magic all over the place.
You said hemorrhaging magic?
Yes.
Oh.
Because you're not supposed to touch him. Little kids are not supposed to touch him.
Because
she touched him.
If you touch him, then Santa can't. Then he can't use his magic for Santa to find him, so he can go back to the North Pole. So what she did was she took his little feet and made little feet prints out of flour or whatever, laid him on this silver base of a lamp, had him laying there with his hands up by his face like he was crying, and sprinkled glitter all over the thing so it looked like he was hemorrhaging magic.
How did Chloe react to that one?
She was sad that he was sad.
Okay, all right.
Well, the one you missed toward the beginning of the month is apparently she got in trouble for not using her listening ears. So Alfonso made her a pair and him a pair, and they both had to wear them all day.
Oh.
Listening ears. They were a headband with elf ears on it, and she had to wear them all day because those were her new listening ears.
Well, we told Heather, or I told Heather when she was on the phone, that you two can never meet, Ali.
No.
Why is that?
Trouble. I said to Dad that she sounds just like you and some of the things that you do, and I could just see if both your minds got together, look out world, we'd be in trouble.
Just being totally mischievous.
Right.
Mischievous.
Oh yeah, things would blow up.
So you're working this Christmas. You're working Christmas Eve. You're working Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. What's it like? I mean, and this isn't your first Christmas working, but what's it like for, working in a hospital environment for Christmas? I guess
honestly, it's really not that bad. It's actually it's actually a lot of fun. Maybe not so much for the people who are sick or for the family members who have to be there to, watch people who care about be sick on Christmas, but honestly, you're there with your second family. So, we have our own little Christmas dinner, and sometimes there's a gift exchange, sometimes not. But I mean, that's, you share holidays with your coworkers. They become your family. You share Christmas with your patients, and sometimes your patient's family. So, I mean, no, do I want to be in the hospital working on Christmas Eve and Christmas night? No, I don't. But you know what? Somebody has to do it. Somebody has to be there to take care of other people. And, I guess I'd rather it be me. Like now, I don't have kids, and I'd rather it be me than have somebody with kids have to be there. But you're there with your second family, so it's not that bad.
Yeah. What about the families that come in do they try and bring Christmas to the patients that are there?
Yes, they do. I mean, there's a couple of rooms that have little Christmas trees up, and they do decorate, and that's, as long as they don't unplug the ventilator, we're okay with that.
That's true. Here, let me unplug the ventilator so I can plug in the lights for the tree.
do you need this? Can I unplug this?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I know. That'd be you, Kim. You don't need this ventilator. I'd rather put the lights on the tree.
That's why my daughter's in insurance.
Yeah, that's true.
She works for United Healthcare, Alicia.
Oh.
Yeah, as I said, you do the medical part and she's in the insurance end. So, Lee, we're asking favorite cookies. What's your favorite Christmas cookie?
Favorite Christmas cookie is your Vanilla Cookies.
Okay. And how about your favorite Christmas show?
Like movie?
Yeah. Whatever. I don't care. It could be cartoon. Who knows? Everybody seems to have a favorite Christmas show.
Well, after this past weekend, it's certainly not It's a Wonderful Life. Her
dad made her watch it twice.
No, I guess I'd have to say that it would certainly be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Probably my favorite.
I love the theme song in the beginning. The opening song, that is my favorite Christmas song right now.
Oh, that, okay,
Yeah.
Well, there isn't anything about that show that I don't like. I mean, if we want a good laugh, you just put that on. And, 3 days later, put it on again, and you're still laughing. But only my daughter knows, and one other person knows my absolute favorite Christmas show. Lee?
Do I?
Yes, you do. What's my favorite Christmas show? And I went crazy because they didn't play it one year, and I went looking for
Oh, gosh. That's stupid Walton's Christmas.
She knows.
Yeah.
I actually found it on YouTube this year, so I have it saved as my favorites. It's not just the Waltons. It's the Waltons Homecoming. It was their pilot show.
Oh, whatever.
It always gets me in the Christmas spirit when I don't want to be in the Christmas spirit. It's not Christmas unless I watch a show. Daddy's hooked on, what's your show? You know the one that you like? Well, besides A Wonderful Life and White Christmas
Story.
That's right. He's one of those ones that'll sit and watch the marathon to the Christmas Story.
And he laughed every single time. It's like it was the first time he'd ever seen it.
I know.
Because it brings you back to the way things were when I was a child around that time.
Yeah, that was his time era. Yeah.
It's that time period when things were very simple and you really enjoyed the holidays.
So, Rick, were you Ralphie or Randy?
Oh, I was Ralph.
You were Ralph?
Oh, yeah. I mean, except for beating up that kid. I mean, I would never do that. But, yeah, I was pretty... I mean, I would not have wanted a BB rifle. My BB rifle was an erector set.
I was just going to say you would have asked for an erector set. That would have been him. Well, look, I'm looking at the time, and we've got to... It's almost done for us. So, Lee, we're going to say thank you for calling in. I know you have to get yourself together for work, and have a safe trip down. How's your weather before we disappear?
What?
How's your weather? Is it still warm, or is it going to get
it's snowing right now.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, make sure you get...
in the spirit of the Waltons... What?
In the spirit of the
What were you
Waltons,
saying?
you'll what?
In the
I
what?
said in the spirit of the Waltons, I'll say good night, Mary Ellen.
Good night, John Boy. Good night, Aaron.
Merry
All
Christmas,
right, Alicia.
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 Safe trip to leave early enough, all right?
Yes, Mother.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Alicia.
Well, Kim, we got to skedaddle. We got 1 minute to say our whatevers.
But I don't want to go. It's like leaving Alfonso.
I know, we can't leave Alfonso. Do you think we gave her enough hints that she's got to start something for us?
Oh, we can give her all the hints we want. It's whether or not she's in the mood to do it. It's whether or not we get
Can't
it.
leave us hanging. Well, anyway, I want to thank Rick for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Vinny. You're so cute.
Really cute. And Eric for your contribution. Yeah, right. Contribution of your Christmas memories.
Merry Christmas, Mary and Rick.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
And we will be back here on Monday night, next Monday night. It's our last show of the year. And I do believe we have Debbie Branning coming on. She's going to tell us some of the things she's got up and coming. And we'll probably have people call in. So make sure you come back here and join us. And stay tuned because we have 2 more good shows on tonight. And Kim, you can let everybody know about those.
Coming up next is Lillian,
a visit with a person by strangers. And then you never know with our work.
That's right.
Sounds good. And Friday night?
We're talking with Gavin Kelly from her Phantasmic Ghost Hunt.
Awesome. Okay, well, Merry Christmas to you guys, and Merry Christmas to everybody out there.
Merry Christmas to everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for our holiday show and my daughter's debut.
Yes, exactly. And my little elf is waving bye.
Bye, Alfie.
Good night, everybody.
Remember, don't shoot your eye out and don't shoot a gas pump.
That's right.